Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Kova, and if you are new to the channel, all I say is hit that subscribe button for daily FIFA, football, squad builder content, you name it, we have it here. So today we're carrying on the FIFA 17 predictions, and today we're doing the Chelsea team. So I'm doing the big teams first, then I'll do the rest of the Prem, and probably move on to like the European teams as well. So we're starting off with Chelsea. Now, Batshuayi is included in this. Anyone who leaves or joins after this video won't be, so I might have to do like a transfer FIFA 17 prediction video in terms of like the players that come in because they are being missed out. I know I've already missed out the Man U and Liverpool one, so we're starting with Chelsea anyway, so we're going to go with Courtois. He actually keeps the same rating for me. I don't think he was that bad considering like the team that he had in front of him. I think he's obviously a very, very good goalkeeper. We've seen that like for about 3 seasons with Atletico Madrid. He had one really good season with Chelsea, and to knock him down because of like a bad overall team season, I didn't think was justified as much as like it could have possibly happened. Next up is Azpilicueta. He actually gets an upgrade of 1 for me. I think, you know, from a lot of the season he didn't actually play, and when he did, he didn't exactly do too bad. Obviously operating at left back for Mourinho for quite a long time and done quite well playing out of position. So I think he deserves an 83 card for me. Next up is John Terry. He gets a downgrade of 1 for me. Probably could have went down to 2, to be honest. 83 wouldn't have been too far off. Made a fair few mistakes throughout the season. Ends up getting dropped, then come back in. You know, he was up and down season. So he's definitely getting a downgrade even for me. It was just about how many, and I've put him down to an 84. Next up is Kurt Zuma. He actually gets an upgrade of 3. I thought until he got injured, he was doing really well. He'd knocked off either Kale or Teddy. You know, they would end up swapping, and Zuma was actually first team. And he was doing really well. Very athletic defender. Obviously young, so he's only going to improve further and further on. And I thought 79 was quite low for him. I know I think he got an 81 upgrade to the card as well on FIFA anyway, so he upgrades them by either, however you see it, either by 3 on his original card or by 1 on his upgraded card to an 82 defender. May have gone to an 83, but I felt that would have been pushing it. Next up is Rahman. He gets a 78, same as what he had last year. I don't think he had much chance of getting into the team, and I don't think he deserved a downgrade because of that. Next up is Fabregas. He gets a downgrade of 1 for me. Really wasn't as influential as he should have really been. He's such a world-class player, and if you're a world-class player, you deserve 87 or plus. And last season he wasn't a world-class player for me, so that's why he gets knocked down to an 86. Next up is Matic. He regains an 84 for me. I think that's quite a low rating for a really world-class centre defensive mid. Obviously, when he's playing well and the team's playing well. But because of the fact that the team wasn't playing well, he holds it an 84. And we'll be interested to see if he actually gets a transfer. Apparently, he's meant to be going to Man U. Next up was Willian, one of the standout players for Chelsea. He goes from an 83 to an 85 right mid. Was probably the only player to really hold his form from the season before. And he's done really well for Chelsea, being like the main man, stepping up where Hazard didn't. So that's why he gets the upgrade of 2 for us. Obviously, losing the manager mid-season, you know, doing so badly, it's quite rare for a player to go up by 2. Next up was Hazard himself. He gets a downgrade of 1 just for having like a season that wasn't overall up to standards. We mentioned Fabregas before on how like world-class players shouldn't be like 87 or above. And I felt like it'd be too hard to downgrade Hazard that low just on the basis of 1 season. I think he deserves to be an 88, and you know, should he have another bad season, I'd see a heavy downgrade there. But I think he's going to come back into it, a new manager, new fresh ideas, and he'll be back to his best. But he'll be an 88 for me. Next up is Oscar. He gets a same card as last year, an 84. I think he may have got a downgrade. He didn't really. To be honest with me, Oscar is a bit overrated. I don't think he's that good of a player. He is in and out of the team a lot. When he does play, yeah, he'll play 1 or 2 really, really good games, and the next like few he'll be bad. And that's why I don't think he's that good, so he sticks in an 84. Batshuayi, originally 79 off FIFA 16, he will go up to at least an 81 for me, possibly 82, just due to the high transfer fee. We've seen that with other players, so I think maybe an 82, but we've gone with an 81 on this video. It's because it is an upgrade of 2. Stats obviously won't be the same as that. I think there is 79 stats. But an interesting one, he will be the main man for Chelsea. That should see him actually get an upgrade even higher. He might get a mid-game upgrade like a lot of players that we've seen in the past get. Next up, we move to the bench, and that is Diego Costa. He gets a downgrade of 1. Moves down to an 85. Overall, it was a bad season, really. He really worked hard for the team. You could tell that he was still trying, but in front of goal, it wasn't as prolific, and that's why he gets a knockdown. Next up is Pedro. I think I've actually upgraded Pedro by 1. He had 2 informs in FIFA 16, which means he can't. In my opinion, he kind of deserves at least an upgrade of 1. Although he is hoping to leave Chelsea now. He's hoping to go back to Barcelona this season. He's not really happy at Chelsea. Obviously, he wasn't getting game time, so that may change if he got game time, but he is requesting that move. Next up is Kennedy, a player who's come through at Chelsea. I think they signed him quite young and obviously played him in the academies and stuff like that. He started to play recently towards the end of the season after he got pushed through in the team by the manager, and he was playing like quite a few young kids, so I've included a few of them. Kennedy being one of them. He was a 72, which I think was quite high rated for a player that wasn't really playing in the first team, so we moved him up to 2 ratings just because he was featuring quite recently. Next up is Ivanovic. He gets a downgrade of 2 for me. I watched Chelsea play Manchester City last season, and Ivanovic was absolutely horrible. I'm not basing it on just that. A fair few games he didn't do that well for Chelsea, and he really struggled. So that's why I've given him a downgrade of 2. He is on the more mature side now. He's getting on a bit, so that also plays into a fact. Next up, another one of the players that was coming through is Bertrand Traore. He was a 74 silver card, and we've moved him up to a non-rare gold card at 76 rated. Only 2 upgrades, but obviously it does change him from a rare silver to a non-rare gold. I think he could be one for the future. Obviously, Chelsea rated him extremely highly. He didn't get a work permit originally. I think he's now got it now, and he started featuring towards the end of last season. Next up is Obi Mikel. The only thing I would have done with this guy is possibly made him a non-rare card, but he sticks at a rare 77 even card for us. I don't think he's that good, but I couldn't really base it on anything because it didn't really play. I say, if anything, he would have got downgraded to a non-rare, but we left him the same. Matt Miazga next up. We haven't seen much of this guy. He's literally like an unknown, obviously a young defender, American defender. Was a 70 rated card last season. I've moved him up to a 72 just on the sole purpose of it, the fact that he's moved to Chelsea. Gary Cahill remains at an 83. As bad as England were at the Euros, I don't think Cahill was the worst player, which is kind of, a backhanded compliment. For Chelsea, he seems to do all right, but he was getting dropped for like Terry or Zuma. They were all swapping around, so he didn't really have a good season. But I think when he gets like a run of games and he's got like a settled partnership, he is a good player. Next up is Remy, the backup striker for Chelsea. Remains at an 81. He's more of an impact player for them, and his card on FIFA is really, really good. You might see his stats get buffed if anything. Loftus-Cheek is next up. He gets an upgrade of 8. I think his original card was a 66, so I think he did get an upgraded card. Not sure what that was 2, but we moved him up to a 74 rare gold just off a gold player. We might see a similar thing with Bellerin. If he starts playing for Chelsea, he could get a mid-game upgrade. Like Bellerin went from a 74 silver card to a 77 rare gold, so a similar thing might happen there. That's why I'm predicting him at a 74. Next up is Begovic. He gets a downgrade of 2. I think 82 is very high rated for him. And that was when he was playing first team football. Obviously with Chelsea, he is not. He is now the backup keeper or the reserve keeper for them. So that's why he moves down to an 80. And finally we end up with Callas. He was on loan at Middlesbrough last season, but I don't think that warrants a gold upgrade unless he makes that permanent move to Middlesbrough, and then he may get a gold card there. If he stays on the bench at Chelsea, I think he'll remain a silver card. So that's how the team would look. Obviously, I don't know why Hazard's shifted into the middle. The whole formation has just got messed up. We come back to a 3-5-2 for some reason. I did have it laid out as a 4-2-3-1. But guys, if you did enjoy, as always, smash that like button. Let's see if we can hit 15 likes on this video. And I shall see you in the next one.